I'm Christopher Borg, and I'm playing the part of Bob Stein in And Miss Reardon Drinks a Little. The cocktail attributed to my character is the old-fashioned, which really makes a lot of sense because Bob Stein in the play represents the old-fashioned way of thinking.
I think the word you're looking for, Bob, is patriarchy.
Bob Stein represents the patriarchy. The patriarchy at the time held sway over most of the political and cultural affairs of the day. And they did not want to let go of that power. In fact, people could argue that they still don't want to let go of that power. He really looks at the women in the play as a threat because...
Bob, for Christ's sake, make the drink!
Fine, we'll make the drink! Tonight we're going to be making an old-fashioned. And in the spirit of Bob Stein, I'm going to have you make it for me.
Well, that seems right.
You're going to start with a sugar cube. Very good. And the recipe says you saturate it with a few drops of bitters.
Got it?
Got it. You're going to find it easier to muddle the sugar cube with a few drops of water. Very nice. All right. Muddle. Muddle. Don't splash it around. Muddle it. Put some muscle into it. There you go.
Okay. That's
All
as
right.
muddled as it's going to get, I'm afraid.
That's good. And now the recipe calls for 1.5 ounces of rye whiskey. Rye whiskey is traditionally the way that an old-fashioned is made. People often use bourbon, but that entered late in the 19th century, and this was created early in the 19th century. Very good. Add a couple of ice cubes. You're doing a very good job, by the way.
I know my way around a bar.
That's it. Now, why don't you throw a garnish in of orange peel and cherry?
Okay.
As is traditionally done in bars in New York and around the country.
There you go.
Wrong. It's wrong to put a garnish in if you're really making a true old-fashioned. The garnish of the orange peel and cherry came in the 20th century, in the 1930s. But an old-fashioned is only an old-fashioned if you make it the old-fashioned way, which is without the garnish. So why don't you take that out?
I've been set up.
There you go. Now you have an old-fashioned.
Why don't you drink it?
No, I'm not going to drink it.
Why not?
Because my mother wouldn't approve of me drinking on a video like this.
You care what your mother thinks?
I'm old-fashioned that way.